Okay, so this is a sample video here, just trying to see how this camera does. This is my bench here. It's a big giant mess, as you can see. And here's a big pile of stuff that was this week's, some of this week's finds from metal detecting. So, this is a old flashlight here. Looks like it was aluminum body, pretty rough. It's an old horseshoe. This came from a local county park, and I believe this is from one of the small horses that they used to haul stuff out of the park back when the park was a quarry. This, I don't know what that is. That's some kind of hook. Came from a local farmer's field. Fork also came from the park. That's from the field. I know it looks like an axe head. Unfortunately, it's not. It's a bit of cast iron, miscellaneous cast iron. Here's another chunk of tractor part. Lots of old washers, bolts, miscellaneous stuff. That was part of a arrow that obviously got run over by a tractor. Here's some copper wire. Nice signal that gave. There's a nice little brass ring with a clasp on it that also gave a pretty solid ring. There's my little anvil and some dust falling off the ceiling there, it looked like. And so basically a big pile of junk. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they just throw this stuff in the scrap bucket. What I do is I have a bucket, but I don't scrap the stuff anymore. I like to make little metal sculptures out of it. And so, here's, that's actually not a sculpture, even though it looks like it might be. Here's one right here. This is it's not painted yet, but this is all out of scrap that I found. And it's going to be like a little sort of lizard or crocodile or something. And there's a little guy metal detecting. All out of scrap that I found in the farmer's field. That's some horseshoes and miscellaneous bits and pieces. So, there's art all over the garage, one sort or another. There's my big old scrap bucket with the old battery charger that I have on top there, which uh, I use for electrolysis sometimes. I like to actually take some of the rust off some of the pieces before I start messing with them. And there's another sculpture in the midst of being worked on. That's actually a bird sculpture, even though it looks like a old chain hoist. It's going to be a sculpture too. So anyway, there's a little bit of the kind of stuff that generally gets dug out. This is what most people would consider scrap, but I still like the stuff. I don't know what this is, what exactly it came off, but just has a wonderful feel to it. Who knows, I might actually turn it into some useful artifact somehow or other. Could turn into something nice. So anyway, thanks again. See ya.